Grab your clubs and settle in because it's time for Club Pro Chatter. Join your Minnesota PGA pros, Greg, Scott, and Jack, as they swing into the world of golf and beyond. Get ready for candid conversations, insider tips, and a whole lot of laughs. Let's tee off.
All right, everybody, welcome to Club Pro Chatter. Thank you to Dave Sadlowski for the great introduction. Sounds like he might be on the first tee at the CRMC Championship, Jack. Is that true? Is that in the works?
Yeah, absolutely. The chatter has already begun. People are excited to see him there. We got that new tee right on the top of the deck, and he's going to be our voice up there, which would be absolutely perfect. So we're excited to have him.
Beautiful. Well, as you can see, Greg Snow is nowhere to be found. We've sent out a group to look for him. In lieu of Greg not being here, we've got the two-time defending Senior Open champion, Matt Vandelac, who has just an affinity for Keller Golf Club. Vandy, super proud of your play the last couple of years. I mean, it's been unbelievable how steady you've been at Keller. So great to have you on. And how you doing today?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing great. Doing great.
Vandy, so, each year's a little different at Keller. This year it seemed like you were in control from the get-go. And really not, what'd you end up winning by? 4 shots?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what is it with Keller? I mean, I know we talked a little bit offline that you play in the men's club a little bit in the spring and the fall, but what is it with the golf course that really clearly suits your eye?
I think that it's probably the right size for me. I can drive it into areas without hitting it too deep into trouble in some spots, and the fairways look pretty wide to me, and then I got a lot of wedges in, so that helps. I think the guys that we played with, Eric Toffner, the last round, he hits it 30-40 by me if he hits it good, and he was kind of busy. Got it, and hit through some fairways and into some trouble that bogeys were easy. But yeah, I don't know. I think that the golf course is just a good golf course. I think that the fourth hole, that the par three with the tree in the way, that one definitely is something I've never been comfortable with. In this tournament, I think I probably bogeyed it more than I made pars. Never made a birdie, but so there was a couple of holes that feel awkward to me, but otherwise every other one feels pretty good to me. There's a lot of birdies out there.
I remember, I think, talking to Toffner last year after you won, and he said Vandy made everything he looked at. I swear
this year. Yeah.
He said, I think he thought the hole was a 5-gallon pail. So
Right.
Clearly you like the greens as well.
Yeah, they get them rolling. They're different during that event than they are regularly for the members, for the public. But yeah, I made a bunch of putts. My son last year had come to town. He lives out in California, and he's a decent player. And I was messing around with a couple different putters and just didn't feel right. And he putts with a spider putter, a big, and he said, "Get one of these." So I hit a few putts with this putter and felt good. So I ran to second swing and bought one for $100 off the rack. I beat up one and a week before the event, and it just felt great. And I've had it in my bag ever since.
Jack, what are you putting with?
I got some version of spider right now. I am not putting well, but it is not the putter's fault. That's for sure. I want to get that new spider for sure. It's selling fast. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I can't even keep them in stock right now.
Yeah, that it just feels good to me. I don't even want to look at another putter right now. It fits my eye.
Vandy, obviously, I've played with you quite a bit in the past. I know you're consistent as all get out. Were you nervous on this win? I mean, what is it when you got the lead like that and you're playing that well? Are you just in la la land and playing well? Or are you worried about it, thinking about it? What's your thoughts on that?
It's interesting. I mean, I've definitely had my share of events where I've gotten my own way.
Yeah.
get to yourself and start thinking about things. But this, I think this tournament, even the last couple of years, I could say my mindset was more aggressive and just getting after it. Um, there wasn't many pins I didn't like for both days, both years really. Just played aggressive. It bit me a couple times last year. I made some bogeys early on in the second round and had to come from behind. But this year, I got a big lead and then I birdied 10 and I thought I'm coasting. I started hitting middle of the greens and hit it in play fine and hit it 20, 30 feet and thinking I just make pars and I'm good. And then Izzy makes birdies on 11, 12, and 13. And
Wow.
then my son came back and caddied for me in that thing in the second day. And I hit a really good drive on the 14th hole, and they both were behind me, Donnie and Izzy, and they both hit it in there close. You could see they weren't far away. So I said to my son, we're not playing the middle green anymore. And we started that one the yardage. And it was funny because we were between 195 yards, and my son's like, I like 100 because he wanted me to get it past the bunker because the pin was up front. And I said it's 97 to the hole. And for some reason, I don't usually split yardages between 5 yards,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But I said this feels like that. So, and I hit it and dinged it off the flag. And the flag was flapping in the wind, and Deutsch and a bunch of people were behind the green. It was super quiet back there, and you could hear it forever. And people on the tee and on the par three and the green, they all turned around, and looked at it, and it was pretty funny. And my ball ended up 6 feet away, though Izzy was still in there 3 feet, and I made it, and they made his, and he looked at me. He's like, "This, it's over." And
Well,
then
good decision, obviously.
that
To
was pretty
start going
cool.
on.
That was pretty cool. And I birdied 16, 17, and by then it was over. Just and then it bogeyed 18, which that's easy to do there.
Yeah.
It was fun. I really, I mean, my mindset was really a lot more aggressive, and I definitely was more nervous last year because it was close.
Sure.
But no, playing with house money is pretty neat.
Three-peat coming, maybe.
All right, how about that? I know it's cool. It's neat. I really I felt like last year. I mean, you guys played in a lot of events, and Scotty, you probably played better than I have over the years, but um, you win something like that or do well in an event, you want to back it up. And personally, I mean, yeah, I don't really, it doesn't matter to me what other people think necessarily, but I want to, you know, shoot a number and be able to play well going forward in the next event or over the summer. And last year, I think I played really well after the tournament. I made the cut easily on the State Open, which is rare for me. That's a tournament that always kind of gets me for whatever reason. And the senior CPC I played well, um, and the regular CPC I played well. So I might, over the year I definitely backed it up, so to speak. And then this year doing it and winning it is definitely justification.
Well, that kind of segues well here. I wish Greg was here to talk about it, but we're sitting here, he's already a senior. I'm almost there. Scotty's a little ways away yet, but you kind of think to yourself, all right, I'm gonna have a little bit more time.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a little better, perhaps. I mean, have you felt that? You're 65? Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, have you felt that you have a little more patience, a little more time to think about it, and have started playing a little better as a senior? I'm hoping you're going to say yes, because I want that to happen to me. But
I think that's true. But me personally, I've had a little different path than most for sure. I've been blessed to have the opportunity to be in the golf business, period. Having kids and my wife has a great job and she's definitely supported me along the way. And, without her, I'd probably be doing something else. But over the course of having the little kids, in the wintertime, I did a bunch of tree work and I was a climber. I did that when I was in my 20s and learned how to clear power lines and on a real high level. And then after I got back in the golf business, I kept going. I did it in the wintertime. And I trimmed trees. You talked about the tape mark. I did Southview and Midland and Minnesota Valley. I mean, I was out there in the wintertime climbing trees. And for those
crazy.
guys, got to know all the superintendents and that end of the business. And I did that for years. I did that well into my 30s, probably early 40s. And
Can I get your cell phone? Because I need a good
oh my
tree
God.
guy.
I still got my stuff, and if an emergency came up, I could spring into action. But I don't. I mean, up until 2 years ago, I was lugging around chainsaws even during the summer, and doing work, and I made more money doing that than you could make in the golf business, no matter who you are. I mean, there's a lot of money there, and I think so physically, my body never really relaxed enough to consistently play golf. I mean, I'd do tree work one day and play in the state open the next day. So I
Yeah.
mean, how you try and do that? I mean, I did it for years, but now in the last, I guess it's been about 3, 4 years that I haven't had to. And I think what forced me out of the trees was surgery. I had hip surgery 4 years ago and got a new hip replacement. And then last spring I got a shoulder. So both of those sidelined me for a while and left me thinking, hey, I really don't want to hurt myself doing tree work and set this back. So maybe I'm done with that for now.
You knew that tree work would have to end eventually. Obviously,
Well, there's not a lot of old tree trimmers. There's
no,
not.
I know there's not.
No.
Yeah, I know Scotty's never run a chainsaw before, but when you run one all day and
Yeah.
don't try to play golf, I can only imagine what your arms feel like, just pure
Yeah.
jello. So
And I think that's it. I mean, I'm happy for the span of in my career, my life. It's been great, but not having to do that, I think I can really feel that it's made a difference over the last couple of years. I mean, I'm not going to sit back and say, oh, no wonder if you didn't do it, how well you could have done, but it is what it is, and make the best of it going forward. I feel good. I feel strong, and I mean, we went to a concert last night. Went to see Gary Clark Jr. downtown, and the guy was awesome. And I said to my wife halfway through the show, I'm like, I looked up there, and my calves were kind of hurt from standing for 3 hours, and I said, "Do you think we're gonna be doing this in 10 years?" God, 75, holy crap! But, so
do you
yeah, I
ever
want to keep going.
do you ever
Yeah.
think to yourself when you're out playing, do you ever see a tree out there and go, geez, I'm gonna get up there and get that trimmed up?
You know, Loggers is right a block away from my house, so I've gotten to know the owner pretty well, and I've done some work for him over the years. And they had a huge cottonwood with a giant branch hanging over their toughest hole in the golf course on their fourth hole, and it was a dog leg. You had to hook it besides through this chute. And I said, Dan, that branch has got to come off. And he said, well, get after it. Well, the branch started at like 60 feet and it was just massive. And I went up above it and came down on it and cut it off. And a few of the guys I play with out there came by and seen me up like, what the hell are you doing up there, man?
Making
So
that
every time,
hole a lot easier.
well, it
That's
made
awesome.
it fair. It was a
Yes.
horrible
Yep.
deal. But yeah. And now people come by and they look up and see where the branch was and say, oh, that's a good move. But yeah, I've done that. My funniest story, you guys got time for a quick story?
Yes.
So
Yep.
I'm at Southview playing in the tape mark. I grew up in West St. Paul, so playing the tape mark was the dream. I caddied in the dang thing, caddied when it was the Peters Open back in the day, and I just, I'm probably more nervous than any golf tournament period that I've ever played in than being at the tape mark. Even every year goes by, it doesn't get any really more comfortable. So I'm about 30 years old and I'm playing with a team and I'm struggling to make the cut and I got a buddy watching me and I play the back first so I'm on the front on the seventh hole and he comes up to me and says, dude, you make 2 pars, 3 pars, and you're making the cut. You're in there. So I block it right on 7. I hit over the tree and I knew I'm dead. All those trees are so thick.
Yep.
I get in there and I'm like, damn, I got to go for it. And I remember I take out this old TaylorMade 3-wood and try and whap it through the trees and I hit a tree and I made an 11. And I get in and it's over. So then fall rolls around a couple months later and the superintendent always told me, just go where you want to go. You go trim. I don't care where you go. So I beelined for 7. And I went in that spot and I knew exactly where it was. And I pounded this gigantic hole in these ash trees, just pruned them out. And I made a big circle you could see right through it. But a 20-foot round space. So if ever I hit there again, this is good. So fast forward to the tape mark and I get a team and this guy's wanting to play well. And then his guy on my team and he hits the same weak fade out in the woods. And he goes, I'm screwed. And I said, no, dude, you're fine. You got
There's a hole over there.
we get over there, it's like, I made that hole.
Oh
And
my gosh.
he hits it on the green and makes par. Well, he was a member and that word traveled like wildfire. So it got back to the superintendent. And he didn't say anything to me until the next fall when I show up again to trim trees. And I said, where should I go, Roger? And he said, you can go anywhere you want, but quit making holes in trees.
Yeah.
It was pretty good to have that come around.
So
pretty
Vandy, what obviously I think the senior PPC's back at Oak Marsh. Obviously, you know that place well.
Yeah, kind of. Kind of. Yeah, I got to play it some more. It's getting
Yeah.
better. It's a better golf course. It's
Yep.
just not usually on your radar if you want to go play someplace. So I need to make room to get over there and play.
And then have you played much at Rochester where the state open is this year?
I have not played the new layout, and I've been down to the range in practice, and I've looked at it from the clubhouse, but it looks marvelous. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a Tom Doak fan, and I think that I'm really excited to see that place. And
Yeah.
well, from what I'm hearing, I was talking to Donnie yesterday about going there, and he's hesitant to go there because he's tired of watching guys fly by him 50 like I am. But I've heard that Rochester could be different, where it's a little bit of an equalizer. So
Yeah.
the guys that hit it far might have to pay for it if they don't hit it far and straight.
Yeah.
Plus, plus Donnie's been saying that for like
I know.
10 years,
Right
maybe.
along with retiring, right?
I've got $20 that says he'll play.
Right. That's a safe bet.
Yeah.
If you
We
had won
made
the
that
pool,
bet.
you'd bet 50.
Yeah, made that bet 4 or 5 years ago, and he did that. And then obviously Bemidji, you played
Yeah,
it when it was at Bemidji, what, 10 years ago? Do you like
right.
Bemidji?
And I love the golf course, and I was really looking forward to going there, but I agreed to go to Sandhills with some guys. And
Oh,
in a group that if you say no once, you might not be on the list next year. So I can't miss it.
okay.
The
So
I was
schedule's
just thinking how these are all Vandy-like courses
I
here.
know.
I mean, they're
right.
all lining up for you.
I know. I know. Yeah, I mean, it's be a dream to win Senior Play of the Year. I'd love to do that. And I thought I had a real good chance last year. And then Donnie and Chili played in some national stuff, and Donnie won the match play. So they got by me. And then this year I forgot for the match play. So I could play well in the senior CPC. I'm making a mess of it myself. Yeah.
It happens. It
Yes.
I
happens.
guess.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
Vandy, thanks for jumping on. And I think we asked our resident historian, John Tillett, and he confirmed that your 12 underscore was the lowest ever in a senior
Yeah.
open. And at 65, you are the oldest champion. And I got to
How about
tell you,
that?
I
That's amazing.
can't believe that you're 65. You're a young 65.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. You guys keep me young. You gotta do
Well,
that. I got a record. I talked to John yesterday about that for my personal record. And I mean, all of us can go play with a group of 10, 15 handicappers, and this won't happen. But on the first round of the tournament this year, I was first on the tee and kept the honors all day. And
Wow.
really?
that never happened to me anywhere.
Oh,
So
Did you give him is it still me on 14?
I
Is it still
didn't, but
me?
I looked at my caddy on 16. I'm like, dude, do you know that I've had the honors? I said, I know. So I
That's
got to
pretty
keep
fun.
these. Yeah.
well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, buddy. We're happy
Thanks,
for
guys.
you. And yeah, play well down at Rochester and
Yeah.
at Oak
It'll
Marsh,
be,
and we'll miss you at Bemidji.
thank you. It'd be a dream to get this invite again. Be awesome.
Hey,
Thanks, you guys.
free pizza live. Thanks, Vandy.
Yeah.
See
All
you,
right.
Andy.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Greg? Is Greg here yet?
I don't think he's showing, Jack. This is a first. Let's just hope that he's all right. Maybe he got called into some sort of commissioner meeting. I don't know. But let's just jump right into it. I don't. You and I both. This might be a first that both you and I have missed the Foundation Pro-Am at Southview. I had just started my new job, and you had. I mean, did you have hernia surgery that week?
No. I probably could have played. I don't know if I was supposed to play, but no, I probably couldn't. But it is still, like we talked about it last time too, but one of my favorite events. You heard Vandy talk about it. I mean, it has that mystique about it, where it's just you want to play in it, you want to do well. The guys that you play with, the people that you play with are a lot of fun, and obviously playing for a good cause. So I wish I could have made it. Look, it sounds like it went pretty well.
Yeah, I obviously I would. It's the first time I've missed it, and I think maybe 15 years. I just love the event, and yeah, I think they had a little bit of weather. It wouldn't be Southview without a little bit of a delay. It's really it's fits in this window in June where they always get something. But yeah, with it now being 36 holes, it reduced to 2 days. It's kind of a track meet. Who can go low as fast as possible? And Andrew McCain came out of the gate, shoots 63, 8 under, and then backs it up with 5 under to shoot 13 under and win by 5. So great playing by Andrew. I mean, he's obviously a great player. He's played out on Corn Ferry and some other tours, and now is getting into the business. But yeah,
and his team win too.
Yes, his team won as well. They shot 42 under.
How often does that happen where team and pro win?
It's
not that much, right?
No. It's happened before, because usually if your pro wins, you got to make a ton of birdies. So they're helping the team a lot. So they're usually in the mix, but to actually win it, and scores are traditionally low at the tape mark, right? Like 42 under, 21 a day. That's really good. I mean,
there's probably been a lot lower.
Yeah, for sure there have. I remember seeing 7, 8 years ago, like 25, 26 under in a round, because all those par fives are gettable. If you got some AMs that can hit it a ways. But yeah, so they shot 42 under, won it by 8 shots.
Crazy.
8 shots.
That never happens.
Now we've pivoted a little bit, Jack, which is what we're all about here, and we've got Tone Polito is going to jump in. Obviously, he's going to give us a little bit more context on the Foundation Pro-Am, and a little bit more insight than Greg wouldn't have been able to provide. So, Tone Polito, you in there?
I'm here.
Beautiful.
How's everyone going?
Good. Yeah, we're just talking about the Foundation Pro-Am. Jack and I apologize that we couldn't be there, but it looked like, for the most part, 47 teams, good event. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of weather, but it wouldn't be a Foundation Pro-Am without it. So give us kind of the rundown on Friday, Saturday at Southview.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was an awesome turnout that we've had. Obviously, an event that we worked on growing, and kind of with the format changes here of the 2 days, we got a very positive reception to that. So I had a good first day, obviously, with weather. A lot of excitement, energy around it, and then the second day, that PM wave kind of got hit with 2 delays, but it's kind of been the story of the year with most of the events going on. So course is in great shape again. We appreciate, obviously, Southview continuing to host it, and we thank all our partners and players for participating.
Do you feel, Jack and I talked, it's kind of a track meet when it's just 2 rounds instead of 3. Was the consensus good about 2 days? I mean, to me, it was always difficult for my AMs to sign up and say, well, we might be playing Sunday, we might not. Jack has a very good story of playing on a Sunday when he didn't expect it. So probably a lot easier for people to plan out their weekends knowing, hey, we're just playing Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, and I think that was a lot of the conversation we had, while teams were signing up, is that they kind of knew what they were getting into. They knew it was Friday, Saturday. They know that the commitment that they're signing up for. There's not the question of if the third day happens, and obviously the history with the cut has always been there, but going forward, I think this is a good change.
Beautiful.
Yeah, obviously time's pretty tough on everybody. They want to play 3 days. Don't worry, they actually want to, but they just probably can't get it done. Obviously, raising some money for the foundation. Tell us a little bit about where this money goes and how. I don't know if you have an amount or anything, but just tell us a little bit about that side of it too, because I think it's really important that people know that.
Yeah, we will be announcing kind of the amount of dollars raised here, hopefully within the next few weeks, just as we kind of finalize the financials. So stay tuned to that. Obviously, it benefits the Minnesota Section Foundation, which kind of goes towards efforts for military diversity, inclusion, kind of supporting our veterans, junior golfers. In addition, historically the event has gone to supporting individuals with and their families with developmental disabilities. So continuing that legacy with those charities, the ARC, ProAct, and Living Well, is kind of our efforts for this tournament as well.
Yeah, I mean, and over the years, it's unbelievable what this event has raised for charities and just I mean, what it if you go back to what it was formerly called the Tape Mark, what are we, 50 plus years?
We're in our 54th year, and over the 54 years, it's raised over $8 million for charity.
Wow.
So
Wow. Yeah, it's quite the event, and and I mean, thanks to Southview for continuing to, put their best foot forward. I mean, the golf course just continue. They keep putting work into it. It's getting better and better each year.
yeah, no, I mean, Mike and his crew do a great job. So shout out to him. Hear a lot of positive things. Obviously, it's a fun test out there. They got the greens rolling smooth and fast, and you know, it it was a good 2 days. So.
So what's next on the horizon? We're right into state open qualifiers, aren't we, Tone? How many have we had so far?
We're in the middle of them now. We've had two completed. We had one this earlier week at Austin Country Club, had to get postponed to the following week just due to weather and course conditions. Had 3 delays out there with those players, and was not a fun time out there. But so we got 2 done. We got 5 left to go. We got 1 on this upcoming Friday, and then we got 4 all next week to try to get it done before the second chance on July 1st. So crazy few weeks.
Yeah, and how many total did we have sign up for qualifiers? Was it over 500?
We had with some the exact players, which were about 70, we had 507 complete registration. So it's that 400 something number for qualifying individuals. And then also we get the second chance in there for those people who would like to do that again.
Wow. Jack, stayed open this year or not?
No, we have a media day that week. We have our pro-am that week. We're a little bit busy, but I was going to ask you, Tone, obviously you've talked about it, weather. Grandview Challenge, we just got rained out a little bit last week. How many weather delays have you had this year total?
Well,
Rough.
starting at, yeah, I mean, it's almost every event. TCO, we postponed the whole first day and had it all in one day. Senior Open, we got lucky. We just had some weather, but no delays. And then obviously the foundation program, we had 2 delays the second day, and then Oakland, nothing, but then Austin canceled. So it's every event we're worrying about the weather. I think yesterday at Deer Run was our first time where the weather was decent and we weren't tracking some sort of weather app.
Somehow at the Grandview Challenge, it finished and there was a tornado within, I think,
Oh my gosh.
3 miles of Grandview at that point. And then we got a little bit more rain yesterday too, as well. But it looks like I would plan on some weather for the state open. But
I mean,
it's at the U.S. Open too.
yeah, the way it's going, and down in Rochester for sure. I mean, down the south, they can get some stuff. I mean, that's what we kind of ran into Austin. So our staff was kind of joking about it, that this is just preparation for that tournament. So hope we get some good weather to keep it firm and fast and a fun test. But the section still has yet to learn how to control that.
Tone, always a tough call. I felt like you've always made a really, knock on wood, but a really good call on weather. I appreciate it. I think the pros appreciate it too. It's not easy, that's for sure.
Tone,
Yeah, no, appreciate it.
I have a question for you, as this has been brought up in the golf circles. You're our resident rules expert. What do you think about this casual water ruling with Sam Burns and, the USGA saying essentially 2 separate occasions from 2 different officials saying there's no casual water there? What is the definition of casual water, and what are your thoughts on that ruling?
Yeah, in regards to the ruling, I mean, what I saw on TV was kind of hard to see. They didn't really show when they were making the ruling and kind of what they were having Sam do. Obviously, the ruling is if there's kind of like a pooling of water, kind of when you make your stance, that would deem that there, is temporary water on the, in the lie that would deem the player to get some relief.
Yeah.
Kind of I mean, obviously, I think the whole place was wet. I mean, I think what Sam did was good to get two opinions. Um, Ultimately, I think it's a hard call to make, especially when you're dealing with the last group, with the leader. I think he was the leader at the time, or at least
Yeah.
close to the lead. So, yeah, just keeping it consistent was a good call, but yeah, it's not a decision you really or a situation you want to be in. But I think they made the right call from what I could see online or watching.
What were your overall thoughts of the course setup? I mean, do you like, one under winning a U.S. Open? I personally, I enjoy it. I think they talk about rolling the golf ball back. Clearly, all you need to do is make the rough a little bit longer, right? Look at what happened to the best players in the world at Oakmont. So, do you like that setup like that in the U.S. Open?
I do. I think it's, in a way, it kind of gives, the average golfer a glimpse into kind of seeing the best players have the same struggles as them, obviously, and our conditions are, their rough is not as it's more penalizing to a normal player than it is those. So it kind of equals out the field, and I think it finds the best player at the time, and it's all about accuracy, about keeping it in play and keeping it straight off the tee and not making as many mistakes. It's a fun thing to watch, but obviously I think there's some enjoyment with, the other majors, like the Masters, where you still can get some low scores. And that one's just more about kind of course management and strategy.
I think
Yeah.
it's I think it's a perfect way to show how good they are. I know they played terribly, but not terribly, but it was difficult. It just shows, that they can adjust to win. Obviously, it's once a year, so why? I just have heard so many complaints about it, and why would I watch this? And I just thought, why not see how they can strategize rather than just bomb it, right? And make a ton of
Mhm.
birdies. If they didn't strategize, they lose. It's that simple. And obviously that, JJ Spawn did a pretty darn good job to hang in there. By the way, PGA Tour Canada alum, first one to win a major.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that either, but they sent it out the day after, so I had to get that in there. But pretty awesome to watch him bury that 60-footer or whatever it was to win it.
Yeah, we were
Longest
making a
putt of the
joke
week.
that we're making a joke that hopefully he gave Victor a little bit of a bonus for showing him the line.
No doubt.
Nice
No doubt.
assist by Victor. Well, good deal, Tone. Keep up the good work. Thanks for jumping on. I think we might get a Greg Snow appearance here shortly. So, Tone, good luck with the rest of the qualifiers. As I've told you, I'm going to miss the State Open as well, which is a bummer. But good luck with that and the rest of the championships we got coming up.
Awesome. Well, appreciate talking to you guys. We'll see you out on the course soon.
Thanks,
Sounds
Stone.
good. Jackson,
Let's wait for Greg.
well, I've got a perfect opportunity here.
All right.
Since Greg is not the winner of this, I've done the tabulating on
You
our
did?
U.S. Open pool. Yep. So in third place with 1,018,000, Greg's team of Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, Joaquin Niemann. In second place, your team of Ludwig Oberg, Shane Lowry, Victor Hovland, who played great. Mr. Kiefer, I don't even know his first name, unfortunately, but he did
Johnny.
make the cut. Johnny
Johnny.
Kiefer.
Made the
And
cut and shot 22 over or something.
Akshay Bhatia at 1.5 million. And winning, does this even it up for everybody going
I
into
don't
the
think.
Open Championship? I think each of us have won one.
Yep, it does.
With 1.958 million. My team of Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Hideki Matsuyama, Sanjay M, and everybody's favorite angry man, Terrell Hatton.
The good
So
news is I don't think you won by much. So that was a pretty tight race. That was
it
all within a
was,
million, right?
yeah, it was. Everybody was within a million. The thing that kind of put me over the top, all five of my guys made the cut. So I got some money from
Wow.
all five of them.
Holy cow.
So
That's unheard of.
here he is. Thanks for joining us. I've been standing in as the lead. We've talked to Matt Vandelac. We've talked to Tone Polito. We've talked a little bit about the Open. What are your thoughts on the U.S. Open, Gregory, as you jump in?
Thank you guys for covering for me this morning. This is why we went to a third, to help out in these scenarios when we mess up. That's what happened. No admit. So good job on the cover, Scotty. Yeah, it was great. The U.S. Open is exactly what I hoped it would be. I love the carnage. I love the thrills of people getting kind of beat up a little bit, just like I did up at the Pines and Preserve. And you guys, did you see the stat of how many 3-putts there were?
No.
Okay, so at the Masters, slippery greens, all this tough. You got to putt your ball 248 or 49 3-putts. Oakmont, 583 putts for the week. Bigger field.
Yep.
A lot more happening, but still just crazy when you think about that. And of course, we always talk about the rough. So I loved it. Scotty, kudos to you. All 5 of your guys. You nailed that. Jack, you obviously had the top guy. You thought that you were going to win it, but I was like, no, because we don't got the top players. I think the money is going to pile up. So
where are those totals at? Where are the totals at?
Didn't Scotty just read them?
No, the totals for the – are we doing total for the year?
No, we're doing per major. So each team is one, right, Greg? So the buffer is the Open Championship.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so the next guy, but I thought, weren't we saying that the loser has to buy the other two? So here's why I'm saying that. Here's where I got us. Now, I've got us on a point system that if you win, you get 3 set. Yeah, I just made this up.
This sounds like the Northern Chapter Open. We're on the way home, and I won the greens in reg race, and he calls me and says, no, I recalculated it, and I won.
You guys are going to like this, though. This is in your favor. This is in your favor. Jack Warrow has 7 points because he has 1, and then he's got 2 seconds.
Okay.
Scotty's in second place because he's got 1 of each, and I am in third place because I have a win and 2/3. So at this point, it's Jack 7, Scotty 6, me 5. I am in position to have to buy you guys unless I have a good showing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now does it feel better?
It feels just like the Tour Championship. I got a little lead, and we got to go out and play.
You do.
Well, so the Open Championship is nobody knows,
and we don't have to pick today because we have another one that hopefully I'll show up for down the road. But that is why we did this. So how was Vandy? Everything good in Vandy's world? I can't wait to watch.
Yeah.
Did he say how good it was? How good he played?
He's, he's got a very good perspective on things. I think Jack asked a great question. You're a little older. You're a little wiser. And I think that definitely worked in Vandy's favor. Obviously, he's 65, so he's no spring chicken. I told him I personally think he's a young 65, but he's taking care of his body. He's had a couple of surgeries of late, shoulder, I think was it knee or hip as well, Jack. But the one thing I didn't know is Vandy's a lumberjack. He used to climb trees and cut branches.
He still does.
What?
Yeah,
that was a great. If you would have been there, Greg, it would have been a really good story for you to listen to. But
I'm going to listen to it.
I think he's got a great story, and there's no question. I think he's playing better. I don't know if he said that or not, but I think he's playing better golf now than he's ever played. And I think now the confidence is coming with the wins too. So you went through that course list, Scott, and it was like these are all perfect Vandy, Izzy, Don Barry courses if I've ever seen them. So. I'm trying to give us a little hope, Greg, that we'll play better when we get older.
Yeah, I thought that would happen, but it doesn't always work that way. Golf is very hard, as we know.
So can we talk? I want Jack's perspective on this because Greg was walking around, Jack, at the Pines saying that we went 1-1 this weekend, and because he beat me on his second round, even though in the 2-date cumulative we beat him by like 20 shots. It's still a loss for Greg. There's no 1-1 here.
That would have made Jack medalist for day 2.
No,
Really? What'd you shoot day 2? I don't even know. I didn't even look.
I shot like 78, I
8.
think.
Well, you know what? It's a 2-day tournament. That's what it was in my mind. But
Yes.
Greg, I got to give you some credit. Good bounce back. You usually would mail it in, but you did not. I appreciate that.
Oh,
Look at
I
he's
fought
mad about
hard.
that.
I actually had 2 pars to start the day. Now, everybody, did you guys tell everybody already what I shot day 1 at Preserve?
We have
No,
not
we did
talked
not.
about
We
it.
wanted you to talk about it.
You guys are good people. So I threw up a nice solid 90. A lot of things happened there. It's happened before to me. I say about twice a year in some tournaments, I'll throw up a big number. It's okay. And then day 2, I par my first 2 holes. We get that second rain delay where we're sitting. It had nothing to do with anything because I hit a beautiful drive then right after. I hit a beautiful 9-iron on the abyss hole where you got to go down the
7.
valley, then a plateau, then down. So I hit a 9-iron right at it. Well, just caught the right side of that ravine on the green and did the old loop-de-roll around and down to the front. And, of course, 3-putted that. And I went, you guys are not going to believe this. I went bogey, 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 double bogey. Those are my next 6 holes. And I'm like, here we go again. Going down the only road I've ever known. So I birdied the next hole, parred, and then eagled. So I made 3 straight threes to kind of get it back going.
Wow.
But yeah, it was.
How many pars was that? Was that 0?
Yeah, I don't think I had many pars. At the Preserve, I had 2. You guys are going to believe this card. I had 2 4s.
In 18 holes.
Get your arms around that. So I had 3 3s, 2 4s, and welcome to the game for the rest of them. But I mean,
the amazing part is it's the Preserve. Like, you love that course. You play
well. I
well
shot
there.
70 there last year.
So you went 20 strokes higher.
20 strokes worse. 70 last year, and then like 80 at the Pines, and then this year kind of did the old flipperoni pepperoni and got around. Jack, how's your body feeling after the grind? Is this your first meet after surgery?
I would love to like blame my mediocre scoring on my body, but it is not. It's fine. I feel great.
Good.
So kudos
Scotty?
to my doctor.
Scotty, the new gig is kind of taking you away from some events you've normally played in, and maybe your mind is elsewhere. How did you find it differently?
Yeah, I'm gonna totally agree with you. I haven't played that much. I've been on the road. I really love my job, but yeah, I just got to find the balance. Hopefully we'll find it this weekend for the second matchup of the Club Pro Chatter team. I get a little home course advantage this weekend, so
But I'm trending. You're trending the wrong way. Jack's level. I'm trending. I like where
my
this is going.
chances at
Do ya?
Minnewaska.
Do ya?
But no, the job is great. It is going to be a juggling act this year. I'm just trying to, get things together. Hopefully for August, get for that stretch with that Eagle Creek Pro-Am in there.
Thank you both. I got you both signed up for that event. I know it's a busy time with the Foundation Pro-Am, and then Braemar the next day. But it's the only thing we can do. We do have Brittany Lincecum coming. She's going to plan that. Her husband, D, is what they call him. He's a long drive champion. He's going to come. They're going to do a clinic for the juniors the day before. My owners, Chad Pendle, Chris Sauer, they have awesome vision on this stuff, and they want it to be great. We've secured a bunch of different sponsors. And I think I'm going to announce this right now. For the first time ever, the winning AM on both net and gross, $500.
Ooh, nice.
I've never seen it.
Nice.
Good for you, Greg.
That.
Well, I want that to be out there, and I want people to say that to the people they're playing with. Sometimes they think it's all about us, right? Just it's for the pros. It's their money. No, there's a way we can put some more money in there and give these guys something to play for. So we're excited about that. I've done all the math and the calculations. I've got an extra sponsor just for that, and they're on board, and I'm excited for it. So I know there's a lot more between now and then. Pro-Am season's kind of started, and we got Jack's in between there. So, well, Tim Johnson's. I don't know who's running it, Jack. You're not.
Timmy J's got her.
Yeah,
I think we should come up with a separate game when we all three play and a cumulative score, and then Vegas is the championship.
Like like we would do it, not a calendar year, a fiscal year of our golf, with Vegas going, okay.
Yeah, and then we got to get the NCO prior to that, so then that'll count. And then we see. I mean, it's a lot of calculations, and I know you probably will strategize a point system for that, but we should start now.
And I usually do.
I want to get yours. I want to make sure we get your Grandview score in there.
I usually do to get it to my favor, and so, but in this situation with the other thing, yeah, exactly,
yeah, look at
exactly, Scotty. That belt now includes Jack.
Yep.
And I've never held the belt, so it's an uphill battle, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's we can figure something out, but there's the events we play together in are few and far between, so we just gotta figure that out going down the road. And but I'm all for it. Yep. Make it year round.
Of course you are, but you're out on a bunch of things this year, so we'll figure that out. But all three of us are in this Sunday.
Yes,
yes,
all three.
Okay.
I got one shout out. My good buddy Ryan Becker on his fabulous play up at Grandview. He literally first 2 rounds of golf of the year. He just loves Brainerd. He's always loved Brainerd and played just fantastic. So
good for Becker. He played good. We had a good time at the end. Wish you'd stayed around, Jack. I know you had some national disaster stuff you probably wanted to get home for, but
I actually had to get my kids from school to home before that thing hit, and I did not make it. So
and there was a touchdown in Lakeshore, which you do live in Lakeshore, correct?
I literally live 1 mile from where that touchdown was. So yeah, it was. I was driving to my home to be safe. I drove right into it instead, but we got in the garage and it was all good. So, and it wasn't too bad around here. A lot of trees down, but that's about it.
Jackson, are you playing Midland, Luther?
No. What date?
It's 2 weeks or a week from Monday.
Last Monday in June.
June 30th.
Maybe. Did I miss the sign up already?
No. You and I got to sign up. We're both not signed up.
It's usually full by now. I probably can't get in.
No, it looks like a massive field, Greg.
Well, it's the assistants, it's the head pro championship, and that Luther all wrapped all.
Is it quota?
Only
format is
no, it is for everything.
Stableford scoring.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in then for sure.
Yeah, get signed up, you two. Midland Hills, right in downtown St. Paul.
I don't know if you know this. There's a couple of past head pro champs on this podcast.
Whoa. It's not me.
One of my few wins ever in the Minnesota section.
Nice job,
Scotty.
Greg.
You got to take us home, buddy. You started this thing. You better end it. I think we're out of time.
Thanks for the cattywampus Club Pro chatter. But you know what? This is what it's all about. Spontaneity and a little good discussion with Matt Vandelac. Thanks for Tone Polito for jumping on and giving us a little update on how everything went at the Foundation Pro-Am. Thanks for Greg Snow for getting up after 5 snoozes and making it 6 snoozes for the last 20 minutes. And thanks for everything that Kaylee does for us. I'm Scott McDonald. That's Jack Worrell, Greg Snow signing off for Club Pro Chatter. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.